Hey everyone, how y'all doing? And welcome back to another meta, guys. So we are in the Retro Cup. So the Open Great League, as well as the Retro Cup, will start off the Tales of Transformation season. Now, some of these, might not be 100% accurate. We don't know the exact changes, I guess, the energy generation increase or decrease. So some things might be a little bit off. But this is what I got, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. So this is going to be the meta full of dragons, and it was that way even in previous Retro Cups, because the Dark type, Fairies, and Steel types are going to be banned. So Steel resists Dragon, but it's not in the meta. Fairy double resist Dragon, but it's not in the meta. Now that being said, doesn't mean you can't battle Charm users, right? Raichu has Charm, Gallade has Charm, so you might still see Charm users. I didn't put any of those on the list, but if that could become an issue, you might want to rethink some Pokemon. Maybe not, all the dragons because of that. But I don't think they'll be that common. You might see them here or there. We'll see though. But let's start off with the A rank. So the S rank, excuse me, the S rank Regidrago going to be absolutely fantastic with the Dragon Breath, Breaking Strike both buffed, and then Dragon Energy. You'll get to the Dragon Energy faster with the Dragon Breath. Absolutely fantastic. Probably the best dragon in this meta. And then we have Primate. Primate going to be absolutely fantastic with the Karate Chop. Ice Punch, I would probably go with over Close Combat because Ice Punch is super effective towards the Dragon type Pokemon. Then we have Dragonair, another great one. Dragonair has the Dragon Breath. It also has, so it has Aqua Tail. You might not want Aqua Tail though because it has Dragon Pulse, which is getting buffed to this season. So Dragon Pulse and then Body Slam, which is also getting buffed. The reason you might not want Aqua Tail is because of all the dragons. It might not come in handy a lot. So I'd probably maybe go with the Dragon Pulse plus Body Slam this time around. And then Kingdra and Gyarados. Gyarados is not a dragon, but like both of these Pokemon, they're neutral to Ice. So you don't have to worry about Ice with Kingdra or Gyarados. And they both have Dragon Breath, of course. So I think they're safe dragons to safe swap because, an Ice type is not going to come in, for example. Then we have Galarian Corsola. Just a bulky ghost type. I think it's going to be fantastic. Pokemon in this meta can take those hits and everything. And it can, just bulky Pokemon get to the moves fast, right? Gudra's another dragon you can consider if you want to. I think Gudra has some good play. A pretty bulky dragon type, all things considered. And then we have Salamence. Salamence is going to be interesting. It is double weak to ice, so it does have that drawback. Obviously, it's really glassy, especially the Shadow variant. But, it has Dragon Tail and then Fly as well, which really cool combination. Going to be getting to that Fly pretty fast too. And all around, I think it's going to be a pretty good dragon type. It's going to be doing a lot of damage because of the high attack stat. Moving on to the A rank, we do have Arachnoid. So Arachnoid, of course, really, really bulky, right? It's going to resist fighting type damage, which is good. But of course, fighting types resist Bug Bite. However, I guess the dragon's going to be doing neutral damage, and it could just take hits a lot better because it's a really bulky Pokemon. Kommo-o is a fantastic one as well. I think this will see some good play. It has Dragon Tail, and then that signature move, Clanging Scales, really powerful move. Love to see it. Really great Pokemon all around. I think this will see a lot of play in this meta. Then we have Ursaring, another Pokemon that I don't know if I put it a little bit too high up, but I think this one is probably pretty good at getting shields because it has Shadow Claw. It is glassy, but it has Shadow Claw. And then it has, I think it has Swift, right? Does it have Trailblaze? I don't know. I know it has Swift, and then it has Close Combat. Maybe it doesn't have Trailblaze. I'm not sure. But either way, good at getting shields. Obviously, if you charge up back-to-back Close Combat or something, I could see this having a lot of play. Oranguru is a really good Pokemon, especially now since Confusion is being buffed. And the thing about Oranguru is it was good in previous Retro Cups too. So, and the fact that Confusion is being buffed, it's just going to be that much better. It's a bulky Pokemon. It's going to be doing neutral damage to the dragons. And it's just going to be a fantastic pick. I think this is going to be a really good one. Maybe you should have bumped this up to the S rank, but I do think Oranguru will see a lot of play. And then we have Ninetales. We have that Ember, which is getting a rework, of course. So going to get to the moves a lot faster. And then we have a couple ice types, Aurorus and Abomasnow. So those two Pokemon, obviously Ice going to do well against dragons, except for the Kingdra, the Gyarados. Gyarados is not a dragon, but it's also taking neutral damage because it's a flying and water type. Weather Ball's being buffed. I think that's obviously going to help out these, but you'll definitely see some ice type Pokemon for sure. Then we have Drampa, as well as another dragon type, so we'll see if we see that. Moving on to the B rank, we have Dusclops. So Dusclops is a super bulky ghost type, and it also has Ice Punch, which will be super effective towards the dragon types. So that will be good. And as I said, it's really tanky, gets to the moves fast with Hex. And then we have Machamp, a Shadow Machamp, another Pokemon that's going to get to the moves fast. As well with Karate Chop, I think Crush Chop, and then Rock Slide is being buffed. Could go close combat, probably go Crush Chop just to get to move faster. And then we have Dodrio. So Dodrio could be a lot of fun with Peck and Drill Peck being buffed. So yeah, really could be a lot of fun. I think it also has Brave Bird, so like a full flying move set, I believe. But Steel types are banned. Nothing that's really going to resist, from what I could see, flying type damage. I mean, you could obviously use electrics, but I don't really have electrics on this list. Mainly, the Belly Bolt later on, but mainly because the dragons are resisting electric attacks, and dragons are going to be all over the place. But Dodrio could be a lot of fun. Dust Noir, powerful Astonish damage, especially the Shadow version. So going to be pretty cool there. And then we have Ferret with the Sucker Punch, Swift, as well as Trailblaze boosting up the Sucker Punch. Love this Pokemon. Turtonator, I love what they did to Turtonator. They gave it Brutal Swing. They gave it Dragon Claw, I believe, as well. So Incinerate going to get to the moves much faster. It doesn't only have nuke moves. Love to see it. Lapras as well could be a really good Pokemon. And I think it will be. I mean, it has Ice Beam to threaten the dragon types too. And then, of course, Buckling Area, which is also a really good bait move. The other options, we do have the Belly Bolt. Belly Bolt does have electric charge attacks, so Zap Cannon, as well as Parabolic Charge. Parabolic Charge does boost its defense. It is great. Normally, I probably wouldn't even recommend this, but the reason I am is because it has Sucker Punch, so it does have some pretty good coverage, so I could see Belly Bolt being used. Titan or Citadel, even if you have an XL one, could be used in this meta as other ice types. And then Licky with the rollout, Body Slam is being buffed. Runaricus, another ghost type. I think we'll see Corsola more. I think we'll see Dusclops more, but Runaricus could be a lot of fun for sure. Dragonite, another one. I put Dragonite and Altaria here because they're both double weak to ice. I mean, so is Salamence. Those two, I mean, all three of them have to watch out for ice types. Gligar is another Pokemon that has to watch out for ice types. Dragalge, I don't think we'll see as much as some of the other dragons. Steelio, another ice type. Some of these Pokemon we might see. Hakamo-o, I think, might see some play. Actually, Hakamo-o might be better than the other options, maybe the B rank. Jellicent, and then Credillia, I think, is going to be pretty decent in this meta. So, kind of went through these a little bit too quick, I guess. But, yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on to the solid team options. The first team I put, not really Triple Dragon because Gyarados is not a dragon, but we have Reggie, Draco, and then, Triple Dragon Breath team, right? Because we have the Kingdra and then the Gyarados. So, if there's an ice type in the lead, that's generally when you would safe swap out into the Kingdra or something, or Gyarados. I think both of them work as a safe swap. But if the ice type is in the back, doing neutral damage to each other. The next team is going to be Primate with Double Dragon. So obviously the backline not going to appreciate ice type Pokemon. You could have Kingdra instead of one of these dragons if you wanted to, or Gyarados. But then Primate will do well against ice types. And next up, we have Double Ice with Abomasnow and Aurorus. Then I put the Ghost in the lead. The backline not going to fighting types like the Primate, like the Machamp, if you see Machoke, or another fighting type. But Dusclops is going to resist the fighting type damage, although you do have to watch out for Rage Fist, I guess, from Primate. Pango is not eligible, so you don't have to worry about that. Otherwise, Pango would do well against this team. Next up, we have Kingdra, Arachnoid, and then Galarian Corsola. So pretty bulky backline, right? So I think this could do pretty well, especially if you have that Abomasnow in the back. Arachnoid will be able to do well against it. And then we have another team, Dusknoir, in the lead with Dodrio and then kommo-o. So we'll see how this team plays out. Yeah, I think honestly, the kommo-o could be a fine safe swap. Or generally you'd probably want to safe swap if you're going up against a Pokemon that has a Dark move, right? Or I guess you're fine against other Ghost types too. But Or like a normal type, you'd probably want to switch out. Maybe get a shield with the dynamic punch and then switch out. And then the final team is going to be Gyarados, Dusclops, and Glowing Corsola. So double ghost. This whole team does well against fighting types, which is great. But anyway, that will be it for this one. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Remember, if you start to see charm users like Raichu, like Gallade, you got to watch out with those triple dragon teams or double dragon teams, right? But either way, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.